Okay, let's start. So once again, welcome everyone to this join just one chapter a day session. And today is day 9 of the 30 days challenge. So as usual, the objective of this session is to kickstart reading habit, which most of us actually are doing it quite well, and personal accountability to ourselves to read a chapter a day, and also share knowledge through summary and takeaways, improve our public speaking skill, and also summarize the content within a given time of 3 to 5 minutes. So everybody will have a chance in 3 to 5 minutes to share your title, author, chapter number, topic, and also summary key takeaway. So for today, let me stop the share first. Okay, so today we'll go one round. So Andrea will be the timer. Okay, we'll go with Clark, followed by Marcus. Okay, Vincent, and followed by Vera and Andrea. Okay, so can we start off with Clark? Clark, you need to unmute yourself.
Hi everyone. Today the book that I'm going to share is The Mindset. Okay, written by Carol S. Dweck, chapter 2, Inside the Mindset. Yeah, let me continue where we stopped earlier. This author shared that the more depressed the people with the growth mindset, the more they took action to confront their challenges. However, the more depressed the people with fixed mindset, they give up easily. The less they took action to solve their problems. So, since you all heard the differences of all the two mindset, the author believes that people will have some question. First, if people have a fixed quality, why do they need to keep proving it? If the Prince Charming has killed the dragon and married the lovely princess, he and the princess live happily ever after. And why don't people with a fixed mindset prove themselves and then live happily ever after? Because every day, new and bigger dragons comes in. So now you see the COVID dragon, and then later unemployment dragon, and reading book at 10 p.m. dragon, etc. Okay? So second, are mindset a permanent or can we change them? The answer is definitely yes, we can change. Yeah, the author tells us about the ability can be learned. Third, can we be 50-50, half fixed and half growth? Yes, human all are mixture of fixed and growth mindset. Personality is fixed, creativity can be developed. Fourth, is growth mindset about beating others? Definitely no. Fixed mindset focus on outcome. Growth mindset is the enthusiasm of what they do. Fifth, then should people change everything they can? Of course, it's no. Things like preference and value. Some people like classical music, some people like pop songs, some like swimming, some like jogging, and etc. Some like durian and some not. Okay, yeah. Then six, are people with the fixed mindset simply lacking in confidence? No. They can have just as much confidence as people with growth mindset before anything happens. Their confidence are fragile. So at the end of the chapter 2, the author share one point where I think is important to all of us. When we feel low, take it as a learning journey. Challenge, but not a problem. Take it as a challenge, not a problem. Anything that we want to do but afraid to do it, make a plan to do it. Yes, I have started. Example, this is the one. Guys, do you feel the same as me? Okay, burn your time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So how long, Andrea?
2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes. Okay, well done, Clark. So a lot to digest over here. So next up, can we have Marcus?
Okay. So my book is on The Wealth Dragon Way by John Lee and Vincent Wong. Today is on chapter 4, Undesirable Truths. So consider everything you hold to be true to be the truth now, right now. How much of it is set in stone as hard facts and how much of it is your BS? So this BS here is not bullshit. BS here is a belief system. Obviously, you can't change things like the time, the place of your birth, or your genetic makeup. But after that, there are so few limitations. Can you change your sex? Yes. Can you change your name? Yes. Can you change your nationality? Yes. Such changes may not always be easy to accomplish, but they are all achievable if you really set your mind and heart on the outcome. As Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are probably right. The first step is to the first step to achieving anything, is to believe you can do it. So just one question is, where do our thoughts and beliefs come from? So the one fact or majority of us have is actually we have been told repeatedly from a young age that a good education will guarantee you a good job and a secure future. It might be a good idea to tell young children this in order to help them understand why is it important to go to school. But it is a bit of a false promise in that there are no guarantees. There is a big emphasis put on getting a formal education these days. But a real good education like charity should begin at home. Children need to be taught core values and good behavior, and about world issues by their parents first and teachers second. Most of us, when we first went to our parents and asked for money, were told to get a job. We were told that if we wanted to have money, we had to go out and work for someone and get paid for our labor. Few of us were actually told to open a business or even given a small sum of money and told to invest in it wisely and let it grow. We feel young people should at least be told that there are more options, paths to success other than sticking it out in a formal education program that doesn't necessarily suit them. Even if you do get a good job with a good grades, you are not immune from redundancy and are still being paid a set salary in exchange of giving up most of your time. A formal education may make you a living, but self-education could make you a fortune. So the first undesirable truth is that we have been told the truth about education. We have been told people with the best grades get the best jobs. But the undesirable truth is self-education actually creates the best opportunities. The second one, the truth about savings. We have been told save money for a rainy day. The undesirable truth is invest money carefully so that there is enough for all the days, regardless of weather. And the last one, the truth about money. We have been told money can't buy you happiness. The undesirable truth is money doesn't guarantee you happiness, but it can enrich your life and the lives of those you love. Yeah, so I'll end with so takeaway will be so for me personally, self-education is still the best investment for ourselves. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Marcus. Well done. I think I clarifies a couple of things. Yes, Andrea?
4 minutes, 7 seconds.
Okay, Ken. So next up, can we have Vincent?
Okay, hi. So I'm sharing the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So today I'm at chapter 8. It's on how to interest people. It's going to be a very short chapter. So it starts with a story of this Henry guy. So this Henry is a owner of a wholesale baking firm in New York. And he has been trying to sell bread to a certain New York hotel. So he had called on the manager every week for 4 years. 4 years. Then he even went to the same social affairs that the manager attended and even took rooms in the hotel and lived there in order to get the business. But these 4 years, he had failed all the way. So he decided to change his tactics. So he tried to find out what interests this man. So what caught his enthusiasm? So he realized that the manager of the hotel belongs to this society of hotel executives called the Hotel Greeters of America. Then he doesn't only belong there, but in fact, he is so enthusiastic about it that he is the president of the International Greeters. So when the Henry saw the manager the next day, he began talking to him about the greeters. And the response he got was out of the world. So the manager talked to him for half an hour about the greeters, and his tone was very vibrant with enthusiasm, very different from what the cold shoulders he gave the Henry previously. So he could see that it was not only his hobby but the passion of his life. So before he left his office, right, the manager actually sold him a membership in his organization. So in the meantime, he did not talk anything about his bread until a few days later, the steward of the hotel actually called him to come over with his samples and price. So actually, if you look at it, this getting interested, finding his interest actually helped him seal a deal that took him 4 years without any results. So in short, talking in terms of the other person's interest pays off for both parties. And more often than not, the reward is an enlargement of one's life each time he spoke to someone. So how to interest people will be to talk in terms of the other person's interest. So that's it for this chapter. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Vincent. How long, Andrea?
36. 2 minutes 36.
2 minutes 36.
Wow. I think today we can finish by 10:30.
Yeah. No problem. I'll take longer time.
Hey, you 6 minutes maximum, or with 5 minutes, you 6 minutes.
Okay. Today will be short. Today will be short. Okay, next up, can we have Vera?
Vera.
I'm reading Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I'm on chapter 5, lesson 5, The Rich Invent Money. Often in the world, it's not the smart who gets ahead, but the bold. So there's this TV program on the history about Alexander Graham Bell. So he just what's this?
Patent.
His telephone, and he had growing pains because the demand for his invention was so strong. So he needed a bigger company, so he went to Western Union and asked them if they'll buy his patent and his tiny company. He wanted $100,000 for the entire package. The president turned him down, saying the price was ridiculous. So, on the story of Alexander Graham Bell was a story of another downsizing local company. The workers were angry and complained that the company ownership was not fair. Because the terminated manager had his wife and 2 babies at the plant, begging the guards to let him talk to the owner and ask if they reconsider his termination, because he just bought a house and afraid of losing it. So Robert always get asked why take risks, why should they bother developing their financial IQ, why should they become financially literate. But Robert always answered just to have more options. In the coming years, there were more people like Alexander Graham Bell, and there will be hundreds of people like Bill Gates and hugely successful companies like Microsoft created every year all over the world. But there also will be a lot of bankruptcy, layoff, and downsizings. So why should you bother developing a financial IQ? No one can answer that by yourself. You should do it because it is the most exciting time to be alive. Robert would rather be welcoming change than dreading change. He would rather be excited about making millions than worrying about not getting a raise. That's it.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
So fast, 3.5 minutes. You know what you're reading or not?
Thank you, Vera. Well done. So anything you don't know, you ask your mom. Okay, next up, Andrea. Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay. Okay, so I'm reading Start With Why by Simon Sinek. I'm at chapter 5, the other half. Okay, so this chapter talks about if you don't know why, you cannot know how. So there's this example that this Southwest airline, right, in the early 1970s, only 15% of the travel population travel by air. However, Southwest focused on the other 85%. And what they wrote in their what they wrote in their why, right, is we compete against the car and the bus. So what they actually meant was we are the champion for the common man. Okay? Because in 1970s, actually air travel was very expensive. And if Southwest was going to be champion for the common man, they had to be cheap. However, they have this they were simple how to say they had only 2 price categories because they made it very simple, which is nights or weekends and daytime. Cheap, fun, and simple, and that's how they did it. Okay, and in their marketing they will always say you are now free to move about the country. But that's much more than a tagline. That's a cause. It is a cause looking for followers, and people who are loyal to them, right, will be able to relate to this cause. And just because Southwest is cheap doesn't mean that it appeals to those with less money. Because cheap is just one of the things that Southwest does that help us understand what they believe. So there's this example they say, right, that fast forward 30 years later, United Airlines and Delta Airlines, right, look at the success of this Southwest and decided to also go into low-cost product to compete and share in Southwest success. However, less than a year later, I think less than 4 years, both of them failed. They did. The reason is because, right, the problem was not with what they did. The problem was nobody knew why they existed. Okay, and people flew with them, and they are wait, I see. Okay, so it is a false assumption that differentiation happens in how and what you do. Simply offering a high quality product with more features or better service or better price does not create difference. Doing so guarantees no success. Differentiation happens in why and how you do it. So Southwest actually isn't the best airline in the world, and they are also not the cheapest. They also have fewer routes than most of their competition and does not even fly outside the continental United States. But what they do is not always significantly better. But why they do it is crystal clear, and everything they do proves it. So there are many ways to actually motivate people to do things, but loyalty comes from the ability to inspire people. Okay, so the next section is about manipulation and inspiration are similar, but they're actually not the same. Okay, wait. Wow, I very 紧张 now 3.5 minutes. Okay, wait. I don't want to talk this topic. I want to talk about the next topic. Doing business is like dating. Well, just I read, I really want to tell you all this. Okay, so for example, right, if you go dating, so this guy, right, they give an example. This guy sits down for dinner and he starts talking, and he tells the girl, I am extremely rich, I have a big house, I drive a beautiful car, and I know lots of famous people, and I'm on TV all the time, which is good because I'm good looking, and I've done pretty well for myself. So the question is, right, will this guy get a second date? He may get the second date or the third date, but eventually it will not succeed. And it is because, right, he did not start with why. Okay, and maintaining that relationship actually costs more than all these physical what. Okay, so for example, right, if let's say he wants to start with why, right, it would be, you know what I love about my life? I get to wake up every day to do something I love. I get to inspire people to do things that inspire them. It is the most wonderful thing in the world. In fact, the best part is trying to figure out all the different ways I can do that. It is really amazing. And believe it or not, I've actually been able to make a lot of money from it. I bought a big house and a nice car. I get to meet lots of famous people and I get to be on TV all the time, which is fun because I'm good looking. I'm very lucky that I'm doing something that I love. And I've actually been able to do pretty well because of it. So this is one of the ways about starting why instead of starting with what. Okay, I want to end already because 5 minutes, 15 seconds. Tomorrow I continue.
You won't reach 6 minutes.
Yeah, I haven't finished this chapter. Okay, so
Okay. Okay, well done, Andrea. Well done. So look forward to your next video that you're gonna do for yourself.
I'll do this dating one.
Yep, that's a good one. Okay, so today for me, I'll be sharing on topic 9 of this, the chapter 9 of this Good Leader Sanskrit question. So chapter 9 will be how can I successfully navigate leadership transition? Okay, so of course, in times of rapid change, standing still is the most dangerous course of action. So you have to keep moving, keep advancing. So characteristic of good leader is the ability to navigate transition. So over here, there are 9 questions related to that. So question number 1, what is the right time for a successful leader to move on to a new position? Okay, so basically leaders often get restless. Okay, so then they start to explore new opportunities. So there are 2 kinds of restlessness. One is good, one is bad. Good means to say that you are looking forward to improve. Okay, bad is basically you are bored and you're unhappy. So once you're certain that your desire to transit is motivated by the right reason, okay, then you can have a following step. First thing, consider your possibility, weigh your risk and reward. Okay, receive affirmation from your inner circle. So basically, you're sorting for clarity, not sorting for not for confidence. Next one will be take action and move forward. Okay, so some people they want to move forward but never take the leap of faith, and basically at the end of the day they may regret it. So you have to be decisive in this action and in this aspect. So second question, what step can a leader take to implement the changes that an organization needs to be successful but resist making? So of course, few people like changes, and if you find yourself in a position where they are leader and you must lead and take charge of the change, then there are certain guidelines for you. First of all, change what needs to be changed, not what is easy to change. Second one, let go of yesterday so you can go on to tomorrow. Third one, communicate the message with simplicity and power. Means to say that take complex and make it simple. Be a good communicator. Next one, to activate belief in people. So you must believe in them with conviction. And your confidence will give them confidence in themselves as well. So next one will be remove barrier for people. So you basically remove all the challenging stuff like, for example, outdated system, complicated procedure, difficult people, strained resources, and so on, so on. Move it out so that people can move on. And also lead with speed. All right. So you also need to change your mindset, okay, from a me to we. Okay. Basically confidence. Remove barrier. Okay. So third question, how do I change my mindset from that of a producer to that of a leader? Basically, you change the mindset from me, okay, which is the producer, to we, a leader. So as a leader, you need to help the entire team. So fourth question, as an entrepreneurial leader of a fast-growing organization, how do I know whether to transit my role to create structure and stability or to hire new leaders to fulfill the needs? Okay. Now, organization that's not succeeding, then leaders need to create change. The basically to make change to sustain success and increase momentum. If your organization is not making success, then you need to change. But if your organization is having a lot of success, you also need to change, because in order to change, then you can move on further to take up more opportunities, okay, to increase the momentum. So if you are the catalyst of organization, instead of changing your role, channel your energy to a couple of things. First thing first, you can invite your inner circle to help you focus your energy. You can enlist people who maximize and magnify your energy. Empower people who have skills and energy in area where you lack. So fifth question, what leadership principle enable a failed leader to lead again successfully? So if you have failed as a leader previously and you lost your position, you need to consider the following before even attempting to recover back your position. One is to evaluate what went wrong. Second one is the emotional strength. Can you bounce back? Okay, that means you face your failure, you own it up, and also process it emotionally. Third one is to evolution. Can you make adjustment needed for future success? Okay, because leadership is getting people to work for you when they are not obligated. Of course, you have no control whether other forgive you or trust you again, but you can do everything in your power to earn back the trust. Question number 6, why do some leaders fail to have a succession? Okay, first thing first, some leaders simply fail to plan for succession. Some people, they just want to make sure they take over. They don't want other people to take over the glory, the accomplishment. But most often, people, because one of the following reasons, that one is the first one. There are many other reasons. One is organization doesn't accept new leader. The new leader doesn't like the organization. The new leader doesn't fit the corporate culture. The new leader failed to bring about successful changes. The old guard sabotaged the effort of new leader, and the old leader sabotaged the effort of new leader. All right. Question 7, what are the most important things a leader transition out of position can do to ensure success of the person taking over the role? Basically, it's about succession. It's because transition to another, if let's say the succession is about because you want to transit to another organization, or because you think that it is time for you to let go, okay? So you can do a few things. One, you can plan ahead for your successor, okay? Prepare your successor and take care of any unfinished business, and therefore after that, say goodbye. But of course, at the end of the day, you also must make yourself available to the successor as well. Question 8, how do you handle leaving and breaking the news to your great team of people who came to a company because you asked them to? Basically, you need to let them know what's going to happen. At the same time, you just make sure that you still come back to them to offer them your support, and make sure that your successor is you basically prepare your successor for success. Question number 9. Okay, what should be a legacy of a successful leader? Successful legacy is to develop other leader. Okay, that's even better than you. So at the end of the day, the legacy of a successful leader lives on through the people they touch along the way. And with that, that's the end of chapter number 9. Thank you.
6 minutes
and again.
6 minutes and 8 seconds.
Oh, 真的是 hit 6 minutes. Anyway, one more chapter I'm done already for this book. So I'm going to choose a thinner book next time.
But you're so good and can read finish one chapter.
I'm not reading because I pinpoint only highlight the keywords. I'm just sharing the keywords.
You have to read finish, ma.
Of course. Yeah. Okay, so what's the takeaway for today's session for all of you? From anyone over here? Any key takeaway?
The key takeaway,
Legacy of the good leader is
I think the dating one.
doing business like dating.
Yeah, Clark.
So we wait for her.
No, Clark say first. Clark say.
Okay, Clark. What's your takeaway?
Oh, your one now. The good leader. The legacy of the good leader is the succession plan.
To create another leader even better than you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so nothing more from you guys. So basically what we do, as usual, we take one photograph, smile. Ready? Okay, let me see.
Bye.
Hey, go and charge my iPad for me. No battery.
Okay, so tomorrow we'll continue on. We already day 9. Tomorrow will be day 10. So we cross over 1/3 of this 30 days challenge. Okay, and we'll move on from there and we see how it goes. See how many books you can complete, like at least 2 books most likely for some of you. Okay, with that, that's the end of tonight's session. Thank you very much and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.